stream live to YouTube. Do you think, Maggie, do you think many people do that? They don't, so they keep it as off. So, but in this case, you need to have that as well. So Zoom has a direct connection to YouTube where you're redirecting to YouTube. And that is available to you. Okay. What else? Okay. So we've done the recordings, and I also usually record to my own computer as well. And I'll try to close that. So the question is, who was not here last time? Raise your hand if you were not here last time. And also put it in the chat. Okay. So you're taking care of that, Isa?
Yes.
Isa, yeah. Okay. All right. So Isa, do you want to take care of then? Luke, we need to stay after, do you mind staying after class? We're going to end a little bit and we'll get you up and running since you missed last time. Good. Okay, great. So Luke, I'm going to end a little bit early to make sure that you're up and running on everything that you missed. Okay. So what have we learned so far? We learned so far something called the principle of least privilege. So you can write it down, the principle of least privilege. And what does that mean? And guess what? Can you check with Hunter? Can you check with ChatGPT or Google? Do I allow you to do that in this class, Hunter?
Yeah, you do, I think.
Yes. So everybody search, what does it mean, the principle of least privilege? Did you understand that, Eli? The principle of least privilege. And Maria, did you look it up? Yeah? So what does it say?
Says that the principle of least privilege is a cybersecurity concept requiring that users, systems, and processes be granted only the minimum access rights or privileges that they need to perform their functions.
The minimum access rights. So in this class, there's two sections, right, Maria? There's one section, our regular section that you logged into, and your role, Maria, is what? A student, right? My role is instructor, and Isa's role is teaching assistant. We all got the minimum rights to do our jobs. Think about it. Because why? Maria, you need to see your grades. You agree with me? You need to see what I posted for you. You agree? Do you need to see? And you don't need to see other people's grades. You agree with me? But I do. So that is the least privilege. Good. So let me share I want to share my screen. Just here. Okay. I'm going to, let me just stop sharing for a second. Having some issues here, right? So let me try again. So in this case, I'm going to try to share my screen. Let's see if it works. And if not, right? And if I share, let's see here. Let's see. Isa, what do you see on my screen?
See everybody.
Okay, so you see everybody. Do you see my Blackboard screen in Blackboard?
No, I just see everybody. It's kind of frozen.
Okay, so let me stop sharing. I'm having some issues here. So it may be, Isa, I may have you share your screen because I'm having some issues here. Isa, try to share your screen. Okay, perfect. Now try to go to the regular Blackboard. Have two tabs open, our regular Blackboard and our audit Blackboard.
Oh, okay.
And then make it as wide as possible. Maximize your screen so you can see it. Okay.
Oh, I can't like just press it. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can put that left arrow in. Are you in the audit area? Okay, you're in the regular spring. Okay, you're in the audit area. So at this point then, Maggie, if we want to see what is due, where do we go?
We go to the what is due section.
What's due? Okay, we finally got it. Everybody understand that? What's due section. And we can see in the what's due section, you want to take your edit mode off. See in the corner there where it says edit mode? That in that edit mode, that's going to be important for us to be able, when we're in our audit section, make sure it's on. So if I look at what is today, before, go down to the 21st. This first assignment, you see that you should have done chapter 1. You should have done the complete chapters, right? The guides as well. And for this Wednesday, go up. For this Wednesday, there's something called audit assignments. What we did last time is what? We have another section last time, right? So if I think about it, that last time, Eli, you have an additional section. And what is that additional section called? Eli.
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
me?
Mhm.
The
You have two sections. What's it called? It's called, you see that? It's called audit.
the audit. Yeah, the audit.
Right. Why is it audit? Audit means that you can audit your work and you can audit other people's work. Can you do that in your regular section, Eli? Can you audit other people's work? No. So we're giving you an opportunity with least privilege to have a way in which you can learn about learning management systems, and you could be an administrator. If you're going to be an administrator, what do I have to do? I have to promote you to a different role, right? So you're a teaching assistant in the audit section, Eli. And what is your role in the regular section? Go to the regular section for me, Isa. The regular section, what is your role, Eli?
I'm just like I'm not a teacher. I'm just like a student.
You're a student. There's certain tasks you cannot do, right?
Yeah.
You have basically, you can go to your grade book, right, Eli? Whose grades do you see? Do you see everybody's grades?
No, just mine.
Just yours. But in the audit area, you'll be able to help other people with their work. You'll be able to upload data for your other work. Everybody clear with me? So for Wednesday, we have an audit assignment, plus we have our regular material. We have a chapter on hardware. We have the adaptive assignment. We have the quizzes, and we have some links that you need to do, right, Eli? So when you ask what's going to be due, if you miss class by chance, Eli, and you send me an email, do you have to say, can Dr. Rush tell me what's due for next time? You don't, right? All you have to do is go to Blackboard, and I just hope that you'll feel well, right? But you don't need to write me an email. Also, I want to emphasize to everyone, if you're having issues with your assignments, email Isa, Isa, can you please just put your email in the chat for everyone? And
Sure.
also make sure that you put it on the subject line, section HI. If you have, you can CC me to that. If you have other issues, other personal issues or something about exams or something like that, you can send it directly to me. Everybody clear with that, Eli? So for anything about it, you can do it. So you can see here, Isa, you can see that it's in for the information. She's put it in, and she was a former student last year, just like you, and she's done so well that she was promoted to be my teaching assistant. Everybody got that, to help students when something's not clear. Okay. The other thing that I wanted you to do is go back to our regular section. Isa, we're in our regular section. How do you know you don't see the word audit and the title? And then if I go to, it says go to what's due again. And it says audit assignments. How do I find the specific audit assignments, Hunter?
Wasn't there like a PDF?
What does it
that
say
said-
here? Audit assignment instructions.
Yeah,
So where do I go, Hunter? Audit assignment instructions.
right.
Okay, and she'll click on it and it gives her the assignment of what she needs to do. And if you click on it, you'll see step by step what you need to do. So people were asking me, this is step by step what you need to do for Wednesday. Questions, Hunter, how we doing?
All good.
All good. Now let's go to the audit section. Now in the audit section, what role are you, Hunter?
Like a teacher or something like
Okay, so go down to very end where it says users. You see that? And click on users. And Hunter, you see, let me see, Hunter Carver. You see your name, Hunter?
I'm getting into it right now.
But do you see on the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, go up, back up a little bit. Go up a little bit, yeah. Hunter Carver, what role do you have?
Teaching assistant.
Teaching assistant. So you can do a lot more because of the tasks that you have to do. You can upload, you can delete files, you can make new assignments, you can make folders only in this section. So all of your audit assignments get posted in this section. And we divided it up last time into groups. And if we go to assignment groups, Isa, be so kind. And you can see, let's start with the first one. Group 0, go all the way up. Group 0 is myself, Lily, who is a lead teaching assistant, Isa, who is your teaching assistant, and Anastasia, who is a teaching assistant for another one of my sections. And if I go into the group 0, there should be another folder, and check in your group if you have another folder called Zoom individual assignments. Hunter, within the Zoom individual assignments, this is where you're going to post your next assignment, right? Because it's a Zoom individual assignment. And if you click on it, you'll see this is a sample of, in this case, Jessica, what you were talking about, stay at the top first. You'll see here that it says sample, but it should say for you, Zoom, for instance, Jessica, it should say Zoom individual assignment dash Jessica Novak. And you will attach your MP4 files. And your MP4 files are what? Your local recording. You remember, Maggie, we talked about you can record locally. You'll get an MP4 file. I want you, Maggie, to make sure that you get in the habit of titling your files. Most times, many times, the system can title it. But for this time, we'll train the system later on, Maggie, to make the own titles. But it should be the date in which you are uploading. it should be, what else is after that? The time that you uploaded. It should be your name plus Zoom individual.mp4. You got that, Maggie? The next thing is your Zoom cloud recording, because you're going to do what? You're going to record what, Hunter, to the cloud? The next one should be, you'll get a link to your YouTube live streaming. And then you want to showcase what you created. So in this case, creating a Zoom meeting, how to enable live, blah, blah, blah. And then AI is part of Zoom. Isn't that nice, Maggie? That AI companion will summarize what you've done. So if you've done it the way you want, it'll summarize. You don't have to write a summary, and put in the AI companion bullet points, and then have time, Maggie, to reflect. What did you do? You know, you're so consumed sometimes with, oh, I got to do this, I got to get my Zoom, I have to press here. Then I want you to take a little bit of time and say, what were your takeaways? And then also talk about the challenges. Like Vivian had a problem. She contacted me this weekend. She had a problem with her Zoom. She couldn't even get past a certain step. So she can talk about not only the challenges, Vivian, but how you solved it. Maria, what is your question? Thank you so much for raising your hand.
This might be my mistake that I couldn't find the answer, but in step 4, where we're supposed to discuss like how local recordings work and everything, do we have an estimation of how long that should be? Like, well,
Did we put a time frame on that, Isa, on this end?
No, we didn't.
Okay, so we should do that. Excellent, excellent point, Marie. We should. It should be just a few minutes.
Okay.
So you may
Thank
want to
you.
even refine that, Isa. Maybe we can say under 5 minutes.
thank you.
Perfect. I appreciate extra credit, Maria, for just thinking about it and sharing with others. Okay? Everybody clear. They're giving you, group 0 is giving you, and then notice each person needs to do this separately. So if you scroll down, you can see that Anastasia also did it, the same idea, but hers is going to be with her materials. And you shouldn't just cut and paste you on basically challenges and reflections. So in this case of takeaways, she should have takeaways. Is takeaways missing there?
I think so.
Yeah, so can you be so kind and put takeaways, copy that, and you can edit that so people can see that it should be takeaways right in front. Thank
It
you.
might be this one.
Yeah, it is, but just put just go, now this is the question for you, Maggie. This is Anastasia's assignment. Can Isa edit it the way it's set up now? What do you think, Maggie, in the audit area?
I think Issa can, but nobody else can because she's a teacher.
Everyone can.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and is that dangerous, Maggie?
A
Yeah,
little, yeah.
a little. So one of the things is that's why it's called the audit area. You don't want to be touching anybody else's, right, without their permission, but they can. So one of the things, Maggie, just in case, whatever you do, you want to have a backup somewhere. If someone does it maliciously, which I do not, and guess what, Maggie, there is an audit trail here that we know who gets into the system and what they did, right? So if somebody tries that, Maggie, we can get them, but it's already, the damage is done. So in this case, she then went into Anastasia's part and wrote takeaways. What's nice, Maggie, is you can look at others and give them feedback in your group and say, you know what, you forgot the takeaways. I don't want you doing it for somebody else, right? But if they have a question, Maggie, or you have a question, and you can look, hey, this person did a really good job. So who did we find, Isa, that really did a good job for this?
In group 5, we liked Ava's.
Okay, so is Ava here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Great. So is this your group 5? Go to group 5. Okay, Ava. So great. So in group 5, go back a little bit. Go back one. Okay, this should be, go to 5. Everybody see 5. It says, you see there's a folder. Everybody should have in their group a folder called Zoom Individual Assignment. If we click on it, already you see here Zoom Individual Assignment. Ava already has put in her name. Now in your group cloud recording, you also want to upload it and give it a name. So you've put it in as a file. Basically, you want to also put in your Zoom as an item as well. You see Zoom local recording where you have it there. How did you basically go to build content? Bring down build content. In this case, did you make it as how did you upload it to? Keep it as build content. Do you remember, Ava?
Yeah, I did it as an item, and then
Okay.
I like individually added each one like in the
Okay.
text box.
Okay, and then you also want to upload then the MP4 file. Okay, perfect. And then in this case, she has her Zoom cloud, she has her local recording, what she showcased, the AI bullet points, the cloud recordings. Look at this YouTube. Who did this part? Where wrote cloud recording, YouTube, and advantages?
The AI
AI,
companion
amazing,
summary.
huh, Ava? And then the
Yeah,
takeaway. So
I
what do
wrote
you
the
think in your
takeaways.
own words then, Ava? What do you think are the takeaways? What did you learn from this that you
I
didn't know before?
I guess how to like I've never really made like recordings on Zoom to begin with, so just to do like that whole process and then like live stream it to YouTube. It took a little bit to figure it
Yeah,
out, but
right.
it was
But
good.
you figured it out. It. You know what? Guess what? Even ChatGPT can help you. I'm trying to do this in Zoom. How do I do it? Right? Isn't that fantastic? Right? Did you use it?
I actually maybe like once, yeah, actually.
Yeah. So, and in this class, guess what? You're not penalized at all. All you need to find is the solution. And that's what life is going to be, right? Nobody's going to really care how you did it, but you need to be able to know how to do it and to share it with others and talk about how, think about it. Ava, what's your major?
I'm entrepreneurship and finance.
Do you think that you could actually, if you were going to be an entrepreneur in finance, could you actually use this?
Probably.
In a lot of ways, right? You could even make your own brand, right? Like Ava's teaching, tips for entrepreneurs themselves, right? And then, or talking about finance and having a Zoom session and then having others. I have a Zoom session where I'm going to be charging people in my Zoom question. I'll answer directly where they're showing their faces, and I'll be streaming live to YouTube. How many people can see us on YouTube? Millions. How many can people be in a Zoom session? They're going to be for everybody's faces using the university. It's 49 that we can see everybody's faces. So if you got 49, Ava, for this session, and then you say millions can follow you and subscribe to your channel. Vivian, what do we need to answer?
I was just wondering, when I click on my group from like Audit Blackboard Group 3, it doesn't show me like the individual Zoom assignment. It just says it's time to add content.
Group 3.
Is that because
Okay.
we're supposed to?
Yeah, well, first of all, what do you need? You need to make sure, because nobody put a folder in there in group 3, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Okay.
So why don't you, Vivian, for your group, add a folder? And what should you call that folder? Follow group 0. What does it say in group 0? Zoom individual assignment. And you build a folder. So we want to make sure that, are you the only group that was missing that? And that's one of the things you want to check on, you know what I mean, before they do it, that each group has that. And you can see that group 3 and group 4, right? It seems like that was just skipped. And then in there, that's where you upload. That's why it's good that we go over it. Jessica, is there anything else that's in the chat I need to address?
Nope.
Okay. So let's go back to what group was that we had Ava that did such an excellent job for the beginning?
That was 5.
So in group 5, you see in group 5, Vivian, it says Zoom individual assignment. You click on that. And then she's put in, and let's just play from the beginning. Let's just play. And I'm using this, Ava, I'm using you as an example, and I'm using you as an example of showing that you were one of the best in the class, okay? So take that in stride, right? You may want to decide later that you can improve it, and you have time until the assignment is due to go back and say, you know what? Can you delete this and upload something else, Ava? You sure can, because what? You have teaching assistant rights. So if we played it, so one of the things that we want to do when we share, you want to make sure, Isa, when you share, it says I'm sharing the video or audio too. But in this case, do you share your screen, Ava, as you go along?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I got a little confused in the video, so I say a lot of like random things.
Okay, so you may want to go back now that you're ahead. Now you almost, it's just like rehearsal, right? And that's even great. Get something out there first, figure it out, and then what I would recommend to get full credit and to be proud of it and to post it on your YouTube, right, live, and do the Zoom local recordings is redo it. And you could even have part 1 and part 2. And you can even make you can make it even a little bit humorous. This was the first time when I didn't know what to do. This is the more polished version, right? Even show people that it's even the best of the best, they need to have practice, right? It's almost like Ava behind the scenes, right? You could be right, one of the influencers, Ava behind the stream struggling with her homework, and then she finally got it the second part around. There could be, you guys have a lot of time. Everybody has their own talent, but you want to share screens. You just don't want to talk about it, because guess what, Ava, we want to use your recordings to be able to work, and you want to make sure, even if you post it, Eli, that they work. And what I would suggest, Maggie, is once you have it, is have your other group members click on your links, because it may work for you because it's within your computer, but it may not work for others. So it's always good to check each other's work, not to do each other's, and guess what the next assignment is, Vivian? The next assignment will be working as a group and doing features in Zoom that need a group, like polling, breakout rooms. So I want everybody to have this first, that the person doesn't come into the group, and then one person will stream to their YouTube account. You got it? So click on her YouTube live streaming, Isa, just to make sure that it works. Okay, and then just move the cursor so we can see it. Right, so in this case, you may want, later on, you want to change some things to see how it's working. Does it make sense? Right, so already here, that's good. You're showing you how you're getting certain things, how you're checking it. Perfect. So you want to check those for all of them. Questions? Okay, you want to stop sharing? Okay, questions on what needs to be done. Aiden, how are we doing?
Good.
Where are you getting, have you gotten your YouTube account?
I'm waiting for it to verify. It's been like 2 days and it still isn't verified.
Okay, so what I would suggest, since it's at 2 days, is maybe even try another account, because it's a little cumbersome, you know what I mean? And 2 is you may even want to start the assignment without it.
Oh, I already started it. I'm
Oh,
waiting for the
Okay, so waiting,
brain to play
and
it, yeah.
I would just wait, since it's 24 hours. If you don't hear by the end of the day, I would make another Gmail account, Aiden, and try it again.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that's the difference here. Okay. Any other questions? So if I go back, let me just see here. Let me see if I can share. Let's see here. Let me see if this share will work. Do you see, Ava, do you see my Zoom meetings screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm in my regular section. We talked about Wiley and reading and adaptive, right? And I've asked you in this case, if I look at the introduction to information systems, you should be reading through, knowing this information, and then taking the adaptive test. If I go to the adaptive test for chapter 1 that is past due, right, Ava? And I go into open assignment. If you go into open assignment, your role is student, so you should be seeing what, Ava? You should be seeing the questions or how you responded
Yeah,
to
the multiple
chapter
choice
1.
questions.
Right. If I go into open assignment, will I get the quizzes myself? What do you think?
Probably not.
Probably not. What should I be in charge of?
Everybody's progress.
Everybody's progress. Because guess what? There may be issues. There may be computer issues people have. It may be people didn't understand where to go. And I know what is the issue for chapter 1. And this is the role of our teaching assistants, right, Ava? That they should be looking at it to see, is there a problem with these students? It seems really the majority did it. And when you do it, let me go. The majority did it. 2 are in progress. I don't know why. And 7 haven't started. So maybe these 7 have dropped the class. We don't know. But we would like our teaching assistant, right, Ava, to check this out and see, hey, is there a problem before we really start? Later on, we want everybody, right, Ava, is responsible to what they do. Don't you think so, Ava? That we're adults here, we need. But in the beginning, we want to be able to help and see, is there a problem? Did you not be able to see it? Did you have a paywall problem? What is the problem? And then what should I see, Ava, is that when everybody completes it, what is this called? It's called adaptive. What does adaptive mean? And AI can do this, is they adapt to our own learning style, right, Jessica? Adaptive means that it can then work based on how we respond to the question. So you see, some people took 21 minutes, some people took 7 minutes. I do not care how long it takes you. Do you understand that, Jessica? If it takes you a half hour, it takes you an hour, I don't care. Your grade will be determined by the percent right here. So it doesn't matter in the quizzes, in the adaptive. I want to make sure everybody understands, I don't care about time. In the test, time is going to be important. If you have special considerations, even that you have like time and a half or something like that. But here you will not have any. And it's, Jessica, what is it? It's open book, open notes. You can find out. All I want, make sure, Jessica, it is that you understand the concepts. I don't care how it is. And then, Jessica, I want the students to come and say, you know what, Dr. Rush? I was trying to figure out this concept and I really don't understand least privilege. I don't even know what that means. Does it mean, Dr. Rush, that you have more privilege than me? I have least privilege too, based on my task, right? I have the least amount. They're giving me the least amount, the information systems, so I will do the least amount of damage. And also that if a hacker comes in and takes over my account, Jessica, they won't have access to payroll. Because guess what? I am not the CFO and I can't change payroll. You got it? So this I want to make sure. And for the first couple of weeks, I want my TAs to look that over and send an email and say, hey, is there an issue that you can do? Right? Issa, this is what you do. You've done in the past semesters too, is to get everybody up and running. And the other thing, if I look at what's due, right? If we went to the content, I went to what's due. Let's see. My computer has some issues. Let's see if this will work. Under the what's due section, you see here that these were links that you should have gone to last week. And one of the links that you should have gone to is this. What is this link then, Aiden? Did you happen to look at it? What does this link look like? This is what? It's a department of what? Information technology. They basically are the groups that they're talking about in chapter 1, Aiden, right? They're the groups that we're talking about. And notice they have something called AI tools, learn more. Did you know that the university, and it says here, let me tell you, Aiden, the university is struggling on what to do with AI. Because in the beginning it was, oh, we can't have students use AI. To me, that was ridiculous, because they're going to cheat, right? But in this Welcome to the University of Miami Artificial Intelligence Resource page, and these are the tools that the university has subscribed to. And notice Copilot on the web, available for faculty, staff, and students 18 and plus. What else? Gemini, Google's AI-powered chat with data protection. So that means, look at this. On both, here is Copilot. Use Copilot to get work done faster, be more creative. All of this is done with confidence that individuals and business data is protected and will not leak outside the organization. So, Vivian, what does it mean, you think, will not leak outside the organization, and who cares? Those are one of the things that I always want to tell our students is, even if we find something, we want to know why we should care about it. Right, Jessica? You want to find out who cares if it leaks or not. What do you think that means, Vivian?
I think it just means that like the domain is like strictly just like Miami users. So anything you do like with Gemini like can't be shared with the public. Like you could collaborate with other
Okay.
faculty or students, but like it wouldn't
Okay,
be able
so
to.
Vivian, do you use any chatbots? What do you use? You use ChatGPT?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, have you ever used Gemini?
No.
Okay, it's just like ChatGPT. So if I think about it, when you use Gemini or ChatGPT regular, whatever you type in there, the company takes your data and trains its models for it. It's large language models. Did you know that, Vivian?
Maybe, I think so.
Okay,
Or part of it.
part of it. This is what means will not leak. If we're using reports, the university's using reports with data that's confidential. They don't want it to be out in the internet. They don't want it to be trained by either Microsoft or Google. So the university has versions of Copilot and Gemini that remain secure and will not be trained by, they have assured us that it will not be trained. Many things that I put in, I don't care if it remains confidential or not. But if you're concerned, you have these applications. So this is what we have. Notebook LM we're going to be using in our class, but you can get Adobe Firefly, which creates images, but you can also create images with ChatGPT and others. Help Me Write. They have some other ones, Windows 11 AI features, and then they have some others. What I'm thinking about, Isa, is to invite, like we did before, the security person, to invite the AI person that's in charge. What do you think?
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
So I'll reach out to him to see if someone in his organization can come to the class and answer our questions. So where's the university going in AI? What should students be doing? So you can see they have an AI team, right? But they're trying then to have AI in their information technology. And you can see that they have a team explore the powers that they have. Questions. So you should look at that. And then when you think about how can I help new to about, who knows who's in charge of information technology at the university? They hide that. And if you looked, we can find out that who's in charge of AI, who are the people that are able to see it. I don't know what's going on with my computer. See how slow it is? And then you can see here that the university is trying to move to Canvas. And you can see here, visit your IT gateway. IT stands for what in this case? Seema, what does IT stand for? Information technology, right?
Yeah.
So information technology, and notice who are its constituents as a university. It's students, faculty, and staff. And what did they take care of? Kane ID. Have you ever used Kane ID, Roxy? They take care of that. View services, browse, access IT report, their latest project, their IT news, security, their updates, all of this, read the latest IT news and updates. So you can read about what are they doing and what are they taking care of, what's important in their news, phishing and other scams. And if I think about phishing and other scams, what does that mean? Trying to basically send you emails and basically masquerading as another person via emails. Online security, we'll be going over that in class as well. Collaboration, how to get onto the network. All of this is done by what department? IT. And what have they done is many times, what did they do? They give us authorization. They make us identify ourselves as well. Questions on that? So you can see in those terms, when I look at the courses, then you can see that you need, when it's there, you need to read these and figure out who cares, what's happening here. And this was what I wanted you to see is what people, and this is part of the AI, is bringing the best of AI to college students. And basically, how are colleges then dealing with AI tools? And that's what we're going to be doing in this class. Questions about that? And then the other part of those assignments then were the readings. So you can see in the readings, you have the PowerPoints and documents. So on these PowerPoints and documents, you can download the PowerPoints and documents either as a PDF or information systems. And you can see among these are going to be like the multiple choice questions in the beginning. The first chapter is always like the simplest one, but they're actually talking about what are the top rankings. This is changing. All of this is changing because of AI. A lot of coding is changing. A lot of people, what they need to know is how to, if they're even a coder, is how to use AI with it. They're going to be telling the traditional function of MIS. MIS stands for Management Information Systems. But all of this is also going to be AI. Anybody ever hear about now they're going to make these data centers, these data factories with AI? It's all around data, getting the information, getting the knowledge, and the IT infrastructure components are going to be hardware, personnel, and the people that are going to do it, the services. So you can think about it in computer-based systems. You can think about we have the hardware, and now the hardware is getting to be, you think about all the chips now, NVIDIA, people have heard about, are now getting the fastest chips. They want to get the latency. They even have these server farms. I'm going to put data into databases. I basically am maybe going to use AI to help me with software. And then I'm going to be able to network locally, my computers, and also in the cloud. And you can see inside your organization, this basically looks like what? Our departments in the School of Business: accounting, finance, operations management, marketing, human resources. And what you can see here, I have my IT services, I have my people that work there, and I have my components. So this is what you have on hardware, software, data, network, procedures, and people. And what's the issue now is people, on how do you train people with the new advances in IT? And guess what? Professors are struggling with this too. I was just in a meeting where the president of the university says all professors need to be trained on AI, and they're going to give courses on AI to the professors, and they're going to require, I think it's 4 parts, and they're going to require the professors to take 1 part. Someone like myself and those that are teaching it, really, that's not going to be an issue. But for others, I guess in English or in humanities or art, it's the question on they need to be trained as well. So these are issues that we need to do. Okay, questions on what we covered? Isa, what do you want to do in terms of, is everybody in a group here that needs to be in a group in the audit area?
Yes, we've figured out everybody.
We figured out that's done. On Wednesday, I will go over with you the chapter on hardware. We need, before class, you need to upload your assignment 1. And then after assignment 2, guess what assignment 2 is going to be, Ava, is what? You'll work together in your group with Zoom going over group activities. Doesn't make any sense. You're going to give a poll. You're not going to even be able to take your own poll, right? If you create one, you need somebody to take it, and you have to say, should I do it anonymously? A breakout room, it's not going to be making much sense, Ava, if you're the only one in the breakout room. Can you record in the breakout room? Interesting to know. We'll find out. Can you help other people with their hardware, remote access? And there's something called a hub where all my assets are going to be set. So that'll be fun too, right, Ava? That you'll be able to work with others and you'll help each other. And guess what? You're going to need to record that how in as a cloud recording. And guess what? Will you know how to stream to YouTube? Of course you will. And it'll be like second nature for you. Questions? Jessica and Eli, how are we doing? So this is going to be important and not to fall behind. In other classes, you can say, oh, I'll do the reading, the night before. You see that, Roxy? In our class, we're kind of using tricks and tips and tools. So assignment 1, if you haven't done assignment 2, if you haven't done assignment 1, you're going to be lost, right? So you need to keep up. And the beauty, Roxy, is you have a group. So you want to be able to do that. And you also have an excellent TA who I'm proud of. That's helping us. Anything else? So Luke, if you can stay with me, we'll get you set up since you missed the class. We'll do that. Anyone else? If you stay with me, we'll do it. We need to do attendance. You want to do attendance? Isa, my dear.
Yes.
So you can do attendance. Everybody can get their attendance. And as we said before, one great thing about our regular classes is that if you're not feeling as well, you're going to basically infect somebody. In our class, you're not going to infect anybody. So we have our join the attendance, and she'll put it into the chat, Isa. Which is nice. Okay, you can stop sharing, Isa, if you put that in the chat. And people are officially excused from the class. And those that I asked to stay with me. And Ava, thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you.
We're looking forward
Thank
even
you.
at the second version, right? Of your talk. It'll be great. And you can even, you know what I would do? Leave what you have and say, this is the second part. You know what I mean? This is the polished version. So you can take credit for, that you were doing it early on that part. Okay, so stay with me if you have additional questions. So what's up, Nika? Let me stop. You have to remind me to always stop recording. I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to stop recording on YouTube, right?